I should have told him twice. I believe in something bigger than both of us. I miss going out to bars, shooting stars, not worrying about what's left of us. Give me my bones back. Everything that dies makes its way on back. I lost her last July in a heart attack. I need one small victory. Give me my thorns back. Everything that dies makes its way on back. I lost her last July in a heart attack. I need one small victory. I got fucked up just 'cause I'm scared. Love's just another drug I have grown a victim to. What do I do? Oh, hello.
Okay. Good morning. Oh, I thought I got it turned off. Sorry, guys. Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are y'all today?
Good morning. Oh, why are you so small? Let me fix you.
I don't mind being small. It could help.
It could help.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. You sound really soft.
Is it really loud in here?
No, you sound soft.
Really?
Okay, that's better. Did you turn the volume up or something?
How come I can hear myself? Hold on.
Oh, you can? Well, while you're fixing that, welcome to JoCo Vibes. I am Nona Reed, and we have Tiffany Carlin joining us via satellite, I guess we say.
Well, look, my DoorDash is here. It's outside the front door.
Go get your DoorDash. She said, I'm going to have to leave y'all here in a minute and go get my DoorDash. And I was like, what? So we're going to start out with the focus word of the day while she's doing that. And this word this week is discipline. And the focus tip, hold on, discipline. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Proverbs 25:28. Again, discipline. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Proverbs 25:28. Discipline is our word, is our focus word of the week. Discipline.
Discipline.
Yes. And the focus
Be
tip
disciplined. No, I got it.
Well, it was a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. So.
Oh, I like it. Discipline. That's a good word for today, actually.
I know, it really is.
Because especially when you're, when you own your own business or you're working on your own, you have to be disciplined enough to stay on task and to take care of business no matter what's going on around you, right?
Right.
Habits help to create or keep discipline in line. So, like mornings that I haven't been on air, it's not that I wasn't up working. It's just that I couldn't participate, right? So, but I was still up and disciplined and doing my routine.
Right.
So,
okay, you're going to have to talk for a second because I have to get the door because now I'm the only one here to get the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So discipline's just one of those things that, I mean, if the task has to be done, even though you don't want to do it, you have to commit to getting it done, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I can't really see. I'm just going to have to put those on because I can't see you.
Sorry, my earbuds are acting weird. Okay, so the focus
Morning,
tip,
Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. The focus tip of this week is when you make decisions that are pleasing to God, decisions that deny your desire for instant gratification. Remember that following Jesus will lead to a life of indescribable peace and overwhelming joy. What could be better than that?
I
So
mean,
true.
I wanted to go back to sleep this morning,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
but I've been awake since 4:30. I could not go back to sleep.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yes.
We
So
were just,
I'm probably going to take a nap after the show. I'm not going to lie. But
I've got to fix my computer issues. I
on
don't,
your computer, on your
yeah,
own
my
personal
computer is
computer.
acting up. I could get no work done on the computer yesterday. That's actually a conversation we were having on Teams. I can't even get my Teams to come up on my computer. So
Well,
I was, of course, typing on my phone.
it is Thankful Thursday. What are you
Yes,
thankful today for
I'm going to
this
be
week?
thankful it's going to get fixed.
Okay. You're looking to the future,
Yes. Yes.
future gratitude. I like it.
Mhm.
See it, believe it, receive it.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, but what else are you thankful for?
Oh my gosh. Thankful for a lot of new opportunities that have um just are coming our way with, being blessed with a new baby coming very soon, grandbaby, not me.
Yep. Right?
Let's get very clear there, not me. Um and just getting the opportunity to kind of, get that get her ready for the world and her arrival and some things that we're doing as a family and things that us ladies are doing and so yeah, that's I would say that's it.
Okay. I am thankful for another day with my feet on the ground.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for my family, of course. I'm thankful for really, really good friends in my life right now
Mhm.
that I can, be a part of their life and help them. And, and you, one of my best friends,
Yeah.
that my friends are there for me too, right? I mean,
Yep.
so I'm thankful for the radio station, and I am thankful for the opportunities that are coming to the station right now, and all the new people that have come and gone through the doors, whether they've been a guest or they're running for office. Uh, New partnerships for some of the shows.
Mhm.
I'm thankful for them, and
Right.
I'm thankful for everybody who's working with the station right now to continue its success and to help us grow. So I'm just very, very thankful. We've got a really cool core group of show hosts
We
that
do.
that we
Yes.
get to work with, and I'm just very grateful for each and every one of them. So yeah, that's my gratitude, and I'm thankful. I mean, we've got when we go to commercial break here in a few minutes, when we come back, Dallas Owen will be joining us
Mhm.
from Burleson. She's running for school board place 4.
Yes.
And so we're going to learn why is she running, and all the great things that she has planned when she gets elected. I just kind of putting that into fruition.
Yeah. Put it in.
Right. So,
Good vibes and good
I'm
vibes.
thankful. I'm thankful for the candidates that have said yes, by the way.
Yes.
And not every candidate has.
Right.
And I would be questioning that as a voter. If there's a
Right.
candidate that hasn't appeared in public, or they haven't come to the radio station, or they haven't come out to the public to talk to you, I'd be questioning, why aren't they coming into the public to talk to you
Right.
and to answer your questions? And so I would consider that very greatly when you choose who you're voting for. Good morning, Andrew.
And I also want to say is like everyone has a life going on and there's they may if they miss a event or something an event um don't there's things going on, but it's do they make are they putting forth the effort to make up that appearance or like in our case, like oh, if you couldn't make this one, then you've got until, May 7th. So, or May 6th, right?
Yeah.
May 7th is Sunday. Got May 7th on the head for a reason. And so, there's plenty of time. We are working with one candidate, actually possibly two, one from this city and one from another city, that their hours is kind of causing issues. One just got a new job, and so it is kind of causing issues. So we're trying to kind of work with them. But some have just flat out said no. I mean, this is great opportunity. We're not sitting here trying to have a get you. We're just giving you a platform to talk. So definitely, go back and watch the candidates that have been on and that have gone to different forums or have done different meet and greets, because it shows they're getting out and doing things. So
Okay.
they could
Yeah.
all attend the Lone Star Patriot Town Hall on April 25th. Yes, hopefully. I know some of them didn't make the one that was earlier where it was meet the candidates. I think Town Hall, they'll get won't they get to talk and ask questions? So I
Yes.
think so, Jamie. So I'm positive almost. So, but this one they just had certain questions picked and they read them and they all got to answer the same question in their way. So,
Well,
yeah, and
and
that was open to everybody. It's not open to a certain side of the spectrum of your voting. It's open to all candidates for you to come and, I mean, just because these are nonpartisan, yes, I know that, but a lot of people do look at that stuff. But definitely, it does make a difference if you show up. I mean, I will say, Shandy said she wasn't, really leaning on that side, but she showed up, and I mean that shows a lot. She showed up, so yes, there's more of a meet be greet meet and greet. So yeah. So just real quick, because we're about to go to commercial break, and then we're going to come back with uh the opponent, but she is place 4, and it is going to be Dallas Owen. So real quick, on this Saturday at Hilltop Duis. I can't say it. It's French. It's the new Hilltop that just opened. It's a Cajun kind of restaurant. It's actually got great food. They did a meet and greet with the neighbors. You can meet Rob Duke, who's actually the candidate for place 3 from 5 to 8 there. So if you're interested in talking to him, you can show up there, and I hopefully, we'll get some info on if Dallas is going to do a meet and greet or if she's going to be at the Lone Star. And so, but yeah, if you're interested in kind of getting to know Rob, then come out to Hilltop. It's at 2535 FM 731 from 5 to 8 this Saturday. So
yeah, and there's
I
some.
don't know of
when we
any
come
other
back
meet
from
and greets
break,
right now. Oh, Chris Fletcher's doing a meet and greet from 1 to 3 near City Hall close
there's
to the market. Huh?
there's a voting thing. We'll talk about it when we come back from the
Okay.
commercial break. But there is an event about getting out the vote. So
Okay.
right back.
Right back.
And she invited me over tomorrow night to watch Titanic and share a bowl of popcorn. And I accepted.
You did?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
And she calls it Chaps Only Night. Every Saturday night.
Look.
Miss Dixie,
Look,
how you doing? He said, it's my mom, bro. All right, it's my mom.
I want to hear the answer to the Titanic and popcorn. Go ahead, Mom. What's up?
Oh!
Hi, boys. I just wanted to ask Rocky if he wanted butter on that popcorn or not.
I would rather have the butter somewhere else, but if popcorn's the only place I can have it, I'll take it.
Jeez,
Hey,
dude.
nobody says I can't roll around in it for a little bit more.
All right, Mom.
That is my
Love you.
girl. I love you,
Mom.
Dixie.
Abnormal Realities
My mom. Love you.
Dixie.
I love you too.
with Ron and Rocky. Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Holy crap.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Good morning and welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes. I don't know, where am I getting that word? JoCo Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoCo.com is a place to find all the ways to listen and watch. The station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JoCoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more is brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. Be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com.
Wow.
Yeah, welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you.
We have Miss Dallas Owens joining us today. She is running for BISD place for as one of the, actually that one's an open seat, so you don't have an incumbent anymore. So you have three candidates.
Correct.
And so, you know, we just like to know your story behind. So just kind of introduce yourself and your story of what kind of led you to go, I want to do this.
Yeah. I wanted to be on the school board.
Yes.
How did I arrive there? Sure.
Morning, Dallas.
Good morning, Tiffany. I can't see you, but I know that you're.
She's right here.
Just a little bit about me personally. I have lived here for 36 years, been married for 44, have 3 sons. I can't believe I'm married 44. That just seems like
you just saying it just is, it's twice as long as me. It really is surprising because, I mean, you're only what, 30?
Right.
How can I be married 44 years?
Exactly.
But I have 3 children, 3 boys, all graduated from Burleson High School. So when we moved here, the oldest was in kindergarten. And so all 3 have been all the way through BISD, and my kids are doing great.
Yeah.
And I need to give back. I enjoy that. That is what floats my boat. Everyone has something that motivates them, and that is mine. Giving and serving is mine. So we, as I said, have been here for 36 years, raised all 3 of our boys here. But also my granddaughter starts kindergarten in the fall, my oldest granddaughter.
Yay.
So yes, it's a little bit more motivation there.
Yes.
She's very excited to go. If we could just harness that excitement,
right?
Yes,
I know.
in every level, in every age, would be awesome. But I started thinking, okay, Burleson, some of the items I'm involved in, the groups. I've been on the board for Texas Health Hughley. That has opened up a lot of doors. We've actually, through a Texas Health initiative, not just Hughley, but the complete Texas Health, has started what's called a Faith Community Council. And it's people that are coming together, and actually for a year we've researched, how do we help this area? What can be done? It's been fascinating to know and watch statistics from not my point of view, but a medical point of view, or an educator's point of view, where are the issues. And some of them, food insecurity, of course, that's huge. But mental health has taken a whole another huge hunk out of that area into concern. So that's been fascinating to me. And how can we build bridges between Texas Health, between Hughley, between other entities in Burleson that do want to come together and help people, kids in particular, too, start when they're young.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been very fascinating to me. I've been a member of the Burleson Chamber for probably 10 or 11 years. I'm the treasurer right now. I've been on the Burleson Sports Hall of Fame board since inception, and man, time flies by. I've also taught a class at Pathway. You and Tiffany had us, Jeff, Lori, and Ogden and I on here to talk about that class. And it's just specifically for seniors and the next level of life, what is going to happen. So staying engaged with kids, we've been doing that for 13 years now. Staying engaged with kids, it does give you a view of what's happening day to day in their lives. So they're our legacy, they're our future.
Right.
So what better way than to feed back into their lives? And I love acronyms. That's how I memorize. And so I create a little acronym for BISD. That I believe education is life changing. And I do believe that. We need to invest in our students for our world. It makes it a better place if we invest in people.
Right.
I am sold out to teacher retention. As you know, I have 2 current educators in my family, and my mother-in-law is a retired teacher. So I'm very, very concerned for teachers.
Right.
Want them to be taken care of, and admin, just the whole gamut of that. And I'm a controller at my company. We've been in business now 36 years. So
congratulations on that too.
Yeah, survived COVID.
Yeah.
You did survive COVID. That is absolutely the truth. And you run the promotional products. Well, it's not promotional products. It's more than that. Can you tell everybody what your business is?
Yes. We started in 1986. We birthed as an office dealership company. And we had a printing press at the time as well. And it's evolved into more printing, more promo, and promotional products. We've probably done that about 25 years. So we have all 3 departments. They're all 3, thank goodness, going and blowing. We didn't know 3 years ago what would be happening. That was quite a pivot, quite a turn. But here we are, still standing, and I'm so grateful.
So on this board that you serve on with Hughley Hospital, are there any current elected officials who are also serving on these boards? Are the relationships already being forged between the school district and the city of Burleson?
Now, are you talking about Texas Health Hughley Board or the Faith Community Council?
The Faith Community Council.
Yes. For about a year, we researched where were the needs and what could be met, because it was overwhelming to me, the needs that there are and it's just this area. That's all we were responsible for. We were tasked with this area, Burleson, Joshua, Crowley, Everman, just everything in this area right here. And so at that time, it was a different group of people that did the majority of the research, but now it's gelled into several people that are actually part of different entities in and around the city that are actually digging in and
wonderful,
hopefully going to be able to make a difference.
Wonderful. So do they, at this group, do they work on ways to help with emotional situations? How does this play into the school? Can you give us a little more insight on that?
My particular task that I had was talking to schools in Burleson. That was my area. And so when you speak with admin and teachers, and then you look at the statistics that you have from therapists, the statistics to me were startling at the number of kids that say that they're depressed or anxious or think about committing suicide. It's a little disturbing. It's kind of scary. Yeah. So they did look at that. Of course, Texas Health Hughley is a big hospital and they're part of a large organization. So yes, that's been looked at. What can we do? What plans can we put in place so that not only are those needs assessed, but how can they be met? And we did learn, you may have heard this, there's a tremendous shortage of mental health professionals. So that is an issue.
Right. Yeah.
What are some of your goals when elected onto the school board? What are some of your goals for the school district of Burleson?
Well, I think that first off, kids feeling valued and supported and like they're heard is important to me. I think adults need to feel that, and I certainly think kids do. So from a perspective of feeling like they're important, each one of them is important, and each one of them is allowed. We don't all learn the same. Everybody learns differently, and each person. I think it is a tremendous task. You would know this. You're a teacher. To ask our teachers to teach to each child where they are, and they're all individual. And how do we do that? So how do we do that? How do we build bridges so that certain entities in the community can come together and help support teachers? Because if students are feeling depressed, anxious, low, so are teachers.
Oh, yes. I've seen it. Yeah. I agree. Definitely.
So how do we support the teachers knowing they're walking in with that mindset, and possibly students are as well? How do we support both? How do we do that? Knowing that's a big task. But how do we do that? But I think basically building the bridges, assessing where people are and what can be done, what can actually be done, not in theory, but in reality, what can we do to help?
What do you think the role of the parents in our schools should be today?
Well, as a parent, I thought being involved was extremely important. And I mean involved as far as I am responsible for my child, seeing that they do their homework and that they are where they need to be at the times they need to be, and they're picked up. Very, very basic. I think parents need to, like I said, all children do not learn the same. They just simply do not. So how does the parent own whatever it is with their children? Because all my children were different. They all needed something different from a learning aspect. I had one that was super active and in the classroom, and I'm sure maybe a little bit challenging to some teachers. So how do you assess that, and then how do you as a parent read them, know what they need, work with the school, not against the school, but work with the school and the teachers for your students' best interest, knowing that you're in school with many other kids, and teachers have not just your child, but I don't know how many kids did you have in a class
during a day? Well, in a class, I mean, I had 42 at one time. Wow. Yeah. So
wow.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Say, yeah. In middle school. So of course they could do that and it not be they were sitting at my desk because there was no more room and chairs. That was like my third year of teaching. I remember that. And I was like, we don't have another spot to put any more kids in. Where are we going to put them? But I mean, in one day, I could have over 100 and something students, and that, yes, they all were different and they all learned different. And I will say, the spirit of teaching when I first started was so much. The teachers loved it. The kids loved it. And I had the honor of teaching one of your children. And I loved that time. It got, as time got, more responsibility got put on that teacher, more responsibility of things that to me were not what needed to be focused on in the classroom. And I hated that. And that's a big thing. And I think that's a lot of where the teachers are feeling pressure now is, I understand from top heavy where they think this is important, but it's not. When a teacher loses the love of teaching, then the students lose the art of wanting to learn from that teacher, because, you know, if you make it fun and make it interesting and they're engaged, then, you know, things just, they learn. I have kids that I taught when I first started that have said so many things to me, like, I remember this one thing that you said, even if it's just one thing, I'm just happy, you know, because think about how many times we've all said, did my high school teacher teach me that? Because I don't remember them teaching me that. We've all said that, but you've probably been taught it and just didn't remember it. And just so it, you know, if they remember even one thing, it was such a joy to hear them say that.
Oh,
so,
yes. You want to know you're making a
right,
difference.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a bigger challenge today. It really is. And I can't even imagine being in the classroom right now.
But we
Yeah.
need to support teachers. And I
Mhm.
think that there are areas and entities that we've not tapped yet
Oh, yeah.
that can come in and will assist. But the old saying, you don't know what you don't
Mhm.
know. So if we can, that's where I see myself. I'm a bridge builder.
Mhm.
And if we can bring this together and come in and help the teachers and help the students. And the second half to your answer to your question, Tiffany, about what I'd like to see. My major was business and my minor economics. And so I love and am intrigued still by both. But so I listen to a lot of economists predicting, because I mean, we have a company. I would like to know what they think with all the statistics, what's happening. If a recession is coming, which most are agreed that it is, then I think that amps up the financial responsibility that we have for the school district.
Mhm.
And like I said, we've been through the recession. I don't know if you remember Y2K, but we weren't even supposed
Oh,
to
yes.
be open on 1/1/2000.
Right.
So we've seen a lot of bumps, and thank goodness we're coming out. You know, hills and valleys. That's what it is. So I think that could play into. I mean, money. Finances. They are huge.
Mhm. Yes.
So, do you think that that's going to hit the teachers or the school district itself or the parents? You know, where do you think that that might hit us hard? I mean, tax dollars are tax dollars, so the school district in itself is, I mean, they're covered.
Well, right. I'm thinking like when we took on Project Celebration 2008, 2009, trying to raise funds for an after school party that was for kids, but you need I think we needed $50,000 each year. Trying to raise that kind of money in a recession era was tough. It was very challenging. So just knowing that is coming, but also being comfortable with numbers, with large numbers, and seeing outflow and inflow on balance sheets. And of course, accounting is different for a nonprofit, for BISD, than it would be like for my profit company. It's supposed to be a profit company. But yes, yeah, I do think.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I just kind of wanted to dive in a little bit more on the actual board, you know, seat itself. And so right now, being a candidate, so sitting on this outside as a parent and grandparent, what do you see as a board member's roles and responsibilities?
Well,
and you can answer that in a way that where you might be seeing a lack in responsibility or communication. So, I mean, you can answer that whichever way you want to.
Okay, I'm going to answer this from a community member and a parent and a grandparent. I feel like that the role of making sure that there are bridges being built, because I think community, it plays a large role in what is happening. I mean, from the bottom to the top. I mean, I'm talking about grassroots all the way up. I think community is important, because I think if you have a strong community, if you have positive community, you can get a lot done. But it's like you said, Nona, you know, if you don't feel good, you don't act as well. I mean, you just simply do not.
Right.
So I think that ensuring that our teachers have the best support that they can, that our kids have, they have the support that they need as well. In oh my goodness, there's so many different areas that we can support kids. I think kids need to be valued. I mean, they're not a number, and I'm not saying that they are, but Burleson's growing, and so we do have that as a backdrop that's occurring. I mean, Texas is growing. Burleson is a hot spot. So I think looking at the growth, how do we handle the growth? What is the best way to handle the growth, which involves speaking with people, positiveness, financial literacy. I think all those are involved when you're in a situation with BISD that you're talking about a lot of people and a large budget.
What do you see, or what is your vision for education in our community in the future?
As far as you talking subject wise or?
Just in general, I mean, subject, I mean, you talk a lot about, you're talking about business and how important that is to you in economics. I mean, that's huge. I mean, everything begins with education. Financial responsibility most definitely begins with education. It has to be taught, and it's not always taught in the home. So
that's true.
What do you see, as far as if there was anything that you wanted to change or enhance in our educational program in Burleson, what is that for you? What do you want to see
enhanced?
Yes, thank you.
I don't want to. I know it's a hot topic, and but I think security is, and I do think enhancements have. I mean, I've been to the school board meetings; they have made enhancements in that area, and I think that's great. I think we need to continue in that vein, because if people don't feel safe sending their kids, or the kids don't feel safe, it's once again not going to create a very conducive learning environment. But I think that knowing that children do not learn the same, and school is different today than it was. So going back to what enhancements? Teachers. As a ninth grader, I had at the time I thought misfortune of being selected to be in the hardest algebra teacher's class. They said he was horrible, awful. It's going to be a miserable year. He was on my list. They used to give you paper list of your classes. So I went in there and he said, if you will take copious notes in here, which who in the ninth grade knew what copious means? Right. Take copious notes in here, you will be able to tutor college algebra from the notes. But it's you that has to do the work. I'm going to give you the information, but you have to do the work. So I did. I took notes in that class. It was horrible. Horrible. It was so hard. As a junior, they came in and said, would you tutor, junior in college, would you tutor college algebra? I picked up my ninth grade notes and I walked into that algebra lab. So to say that education is life-changing, how do we help teachers so that they have the enthusiasm? They want to teach. They want those kids to come into class. And how do we help the kids give them that oomph so that they want to be in there? Like my granddaughter feels right now. I can't wait to go to school. I want to learn. What do we do to help them? So I don't know exact specifics, but I think that there are areas that, as I said, have not been tapped yet, that we can tap, and we can make a difference with teachers and with kids.
I like the communication thing and getting out in the communication in the community together, because that does, you're right, it makes a huge difference.
Having programs in place that empower the teachers, I think is super important. Empowering them to be creative in the classroom again. Right. I think that's some of what we're lacking right now. There's
I was taken away.
Control and dictatorship almost of how they teach in the classroom, that it's taken that joy from them.
Right.
So, how as a community and how as a school district can we give that back to them, and who is dictating this or teaching our school districts this type of behavior too. And so, and this is across the board in Texas, but how do you go now from where we are and backpedal that back to where and how we were teaching in the classrooms before? And so I definitely think as a parent, that's something that I would like to see as a conversation within our school district.
Well, I do believe, I think that we live in cycles. We've certainly seen the cycles. And I think that cycles, that's what they are. They're cycles, and we go in circles. So if we see something can be improved, then let's move and let's do it to improve it. But I think that probably that this star refresh that is happening is probably, it could be very, I think, detrimental to teachers and kids. And I think that is a huge issue, not just for Burleson, but for the state of Texas. Because if you are going to make things harder for teachers, and the kids feel that stress of that test, I think that is a huge concern. And how do we go? I don't know, because I mean that was just presented, at the last meeting, that refresh is occurring, but it's going to be retroactive. Which how do you do that? I mean, I'm not sure how you can actually say that that's okay, because the kids have already taken the test.
Right.
I think that needs to be and will be addressed if anything can be done. I think it kind of came out of the blue and blindsided people.
Right. Already taken the test, and we cannot forget that time they lost during COVID.
Yes.
I mean, expecting these kids within the year to jump back into taking these tests, that, I mean, many of us watched what how our children were being taught through Facebook and stuff. We're so close. You have it's 9:59. Any last words? I just heard the music.
Oh,
pull it down. Pull it down a little bit, Nona.
Huh? Oh, okay.
Pull it down.
There we go. We'll just turn it down.
Oh. I was
said,
like, please vote.
Oh no.
Vote.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean,
No, Dallas, because these last couple of minutes.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Dallas, you keep telling us, what you want, last words, where we can see you in the upcoming days, things like that.
Well, I've had 2 meet and greets. I've had those, but I am going to be at the Lone Star Patriots meeting
on April 24th or 25th.
25th.
Yes. And that's a town hall one. So they'll get to ask questions.
Right. But as I've said, I'm available if you want to call me or text me. I've had numerous teachers reach out about just different areas. And so I'm always happy to talk to them. But I think that it is really important that we stand behind our teachers and our kids. We need to stand behind them. They are our future. And I really was a little bit disheartened at the number of people that vote in school board. And so I think that voting, we need to show teachers that we care who sits on the board, and the kids that we care who is up there trying to build some bridges.
Right.
So for anybody out there listening on the radio, if you have any questions for Dallas specifically, you can also email her at DallasOwen4 BISD@gmail.com. Yep. And she's also has a Facebook page, which is Dallas Owen 4 BISD. You can reach out to her through those areas. And thank you so much for coming on and joining us, Dallas.
Hey, Tiffany, thank you.
I do want to say I wholeheartedly support you,
yes,
and will be voting for you. And everybody needs to remember, this election is on May 6th, and
correct,
it's also the same time as our city elections. Do not confuse the two. If you're in the city limits, you vote for both. But if you live out in the county, you need to get to those polls still, because your voice matters. If you are a registered voter and you pay school taxes to Burleson, you must vote. We are in critical educational times here for our children.
Right.
And there are 27,000 registered voters in Burleson.
Let's have 27,000.
Less than
Yes.
5%
Let's have them.
of them.
Let's have them all
5%
show
show up and vote. 5%.
Right.
So thank you, Dallas, so much for
Thank you,
stepping
Tiffany.
up.
Thank you, Nona.
Thank
You have my vote. I just want to tell you, you have my vote.
Well,
And,
and I appreciate it. And thank you all for working with me with my stepdad situation.
Oh, no.
So I had to.
No, we're just
switch
glad
on
you
you,
finally
so-
got to come
so
on.
thank you.
And thank you.
First.
Have a
All right, thanks
wonderful-
guys for joining us. We will see you back here next week, and stay tuned for other shows throughout the day. God bless and be kind.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping